Savage Road Recovery here, guys. Back for another video. Got one about the racist Karen up in Michigan. And the article, the video, my thoughts, and what happened. But before we get into this video, and before I start reading this article, do me a favor. Hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed. Hit the bell to get all my notifications. Do me a favor, like, comment, and share it. It helps support the channel, help get this message out to more people. And I'm going to give you guys my thoughts. Let's get into it. Okay, so here's the article. This is the Washington Post. As you can see, she got the gun on me. The video shows white women pulling pistol on black mother-daughter in Michigan. Now, I've seen some other stories, and the way it was written, the other article said, white woman pulls gun on black family. But as of today, the 2nd, first, the white woman bumped into Talia Hill's teenage daughter. Then she seemed to try to hit the black Michigan mother with her minivan. And just moments later, Hill found herself in a suburban Detroit parking lot, staring into the muzzle of a pistol as the woman aimed her weapon at Hill and yelled to her to move back. "You effing jumped behind my car," the woman said, later shouting, "Back the F up." The startling confrontation, which has partly caught on camera Wednesday afternoon, quickly went viral overnight. As of early Thursday, video of the altercation has been viewed about 6 million times on Twitter. For some viewers, the scene may offer a partial tendency sense. Okay, so long story short, the article pretty much comes down to say neither Hill nor the 15-year-old daughter immediately responded to the post request. The encounter started with a trip to Chipotle around 8 p.m. Wednesday. They were walking through a strip mall on her way to the restaurant as a woman was walking in the other direction. The Detroit News was the first to report the incident. When the woman bumped into the girl, the teenager asked for an apology. Instead, the woman began yelling explicit cussing at her. "I have moved out of the way so she could walk out. She bumped me and I said, 'Excuse you,' and then she started cussing me out and saying things that I was invading her personal space. Scared of what might happen next, the teenager called her mom over. The confrontation escalated and the man got out of a gray minivan and pulled the woman inside. 'You could not just walk around calling white people racist,' the woman said through the car's passenger side window. 'White people aren't racist. I care about you. I'm sorry if you had an incident that has made someone make you feel like that. No one is racist.' After the woman rolled up her window, Hill worried that the car would hit them while backing out, so she turned around to hit the minivan's back window. That's when the woman jumped out and pulled a gun, hurling expletives and ordering Hill to move away from her. 'Get away,' the woman said, increasing in volume as she stepped backwards. Off camera, Hill instructed someone in her family to call the police as the woman continued yelling and pointing the muzzle at her. 'She got the gun on me. She was about to hit me with the car,' she shouted back, adding that the man inside the car was armed too. 'This is crazy. Trump is making it real comfortable.' Moments after the woman climbed back into the minivan, an officer with a weapon drawn arrived on the scene, the news reported. At that point, the woman was on her hands and knees. An officer picked up a gun on the ground behind her, and another snapped her into handcuffs. It is unclear how Michigan gun laws apply to the situation. A firearm in public is punishable by 90 days in jail, $100 in fines, or both. So that was what the story said. Now let's watch this video and see what the video shows compared to what the article was saying to us. Because I have a feeling that the way that the story was told to the reporter and the way the reporter is reporting on it is going to be different than what the camera shows.
Wants to violate a 15-year-old.
No, I'm asking a question. She's a child.
She bumped into me when I
So
was
if she did something wrong, she needs to apologize. If she did
This
something
ignorant
wrong,
woman
if
bumped
she
into
didn't
a
apologize,
15-year-old,
correct?
and you're on camera.
Okay.
You're
call
feeling
police.
threatened.
Okay, well, go ahead.
No, Mom.
I got this.
You're blocking me from getting
No,
in my
girl,
car.
No, we
go
weren't.
ahead.
No, we weren't.
Go ahead.
No, we weren't. You're ignorant.
Go ahead, call them. No, but you're not going to sit there and violate a 15-year-old.
She's ignorant.
Do it, bitch. Do it.
Go ahead.
Do it. I want you to
Call
do
the
something.
police.
She's very ignorant.
Dumbass bitch. Yeah, I said it. You say something, I'll beat your white ass. Oh, I
You-
will. Do something. Please put your
Do
motherfucking
something.
hands up.
Do something.
Please.
Who the fuck do you think you guys
Oh,
are?
who do you
What do
think
you
are?
what think you are?
You calling her name?
yeah,
She did nothing to
Yeah,
you.
I
she
didn't.
apologize.
I
Go
didn't.
ahead, Kayla.
No,
Dog,
you
both of y'all
didn't.
over there.
You're very racist and ignorant.
You're racist because you're calling
No,
her
you
name.
bumped it. She bumped into
Why
me.
Why would you bump into
You
her?
cannot just walk
Why would
around
you
calling
bump her?
white
Why
people
would you bump her?
racist. This is not that
Why
type
would
of
you
world.
bump her?
White people
Why
are
would you
racist.
bump her?
No one's
Why
racist.
would you bump her?
I
Why
care
did you
about
say
you.
sorry?
I care
Why
about
did you
you.
say sorry?
And I'm sorry if you've
Why
had
did you
an
say
incident
sorry?
that has made
If you
someone
bumped
make
into
you
her,
feel
why
like
did you
that.
say sorry?
No one is racist.
If you didn't do
I'm
anything, why
sorry
did
if
you do
you
that?
had something like
Dumbass.
that.
Ignorant. Ignorant.
Okay.
Very. Ma, watch.
Get the fuck away from me!
You gonna get on my face.
You better get on my fucking face.
Right now, get away.
Get the fuck away.
Get the fuck
Get
out.
away. Get the fuck away.
Are you gonna hit? You gonna shoot me?
Get the fuck away.
Oh!
Get away.
Oh.
Call the cops right now. Call them.
Oh!
Call the cops.
Get the fuck away.
Call the cops.
Get away.
She got the gun on me.
Call
He
them
hit me
now.
with the car. Call them. I'm telling. Get the
Call
license-
the cops.
Get the license plate.
Get.
Get the license plate now. Cause you would never hit me with the damn
Don't
car.
you
You
fuck
about to
no.
hit me with the car?
fucking
Oh, both of y'all put the guns on them.
Yeah.
Okay. Call Richard back up to the police. Call Richard back up here now. I got it.
Don't you fuck.
I want to make something very clear that in that video that we just watched, you can see where when she pulled that gun out, the woman still didn't back up. You can see in the video that this lady was trying to escalate this. That's what she wanted. And unfortunately, this is going to get painted as white people being racist when what option did this lady and her husband do? Like, what they have? What options did they have? Now, I'm gonna add this in after editing because I don't think I mentioned it in the last part of the video, so I'm gonna insert this, but then I'm gonna give you more of my thoughts after this. So as you see in that video, that woman didn't raise her voice. She didn't scream. She wasn't being rude. She was just trying to leave. They left the building and went outside. The lady and her daughter decided they were going to follow her. Her car was parked right there on the sidewalk, and then they followed her to her car and stood in front of her, and they demanded an apology. The fact of the matter is, we don't know prior to that video if the teenager bumped into her or if the teenager got bumped into. We don't know because it's not on camera. The only narrative that we have is the narrative of the mom and the narrative of the daughter. And in the report or the article, the daughter said, "Excuse you." She had an immediate attitude off jump. And as you can see, why was this woman yelling? Like, why would the white woman be yelling when she wasn't yelling at any time during this video? So not only did this lady leave the Chipotle or the store or wherever they were at, she went to her car. They followed her to her car. After she followed her to the car, she wouldn't let her in her car. And then she told her husband that if he said anything, she would beat his white ass, which is racist. And that would be a hate crime because she said she would beat his ass because he's white. So then they get in the car, and you can clearly see the sidewalk is right next to that van. And they're backing up, and that lady knows that that car is going to be backing up. That lady's they're just trying to leave. She goes and stands in the way, and when she sees the car moving, she doesn't move. Then she hits the car. And then when the lady gets out of the car, the daughter and the lady both run up to the lady. And the reason that I have a problem with this is because people are in here saying that Trump's making it comfortable for people to be racist. If you've been watching the news or anything lately, there have been many people that are white that are being attacked for being white. The video I'm doing after this is about a guy in a grocery store some black kids or black guys wanted to cut in line, and he didn't let them. So they jumped him like 6 deep, and after they kicked him in the face and beat the crap out of him, they told him Black Lives Matter. Like, there's a lot of anti-sentiment towards white people that's going on as of right now. And with all the people that are being shot from these riots and the burning and the protests and all this stuff, gun sales are through the roof. They're the highest they've been on record in a month, I think. It might just be for the month of June. But the fact of it is, people are tense. And this lady got in this woman's face with her daughter. She would not let her leave. And then when they went to back out, she got in the way of their car and wouldn't let them back out. And then she damaged their property. If you notice, when that woman was pointing that gun, her finger was not on the trigger. She was not pointing that at their head. She was keeping it pointed down. She brandished that gun to get them to get away from her. A lot of people are going to say that she shouldn't have been able to pull her gun out, and that was an escalation of force. What would you do? We're seeing videos of people getting their car, like people getting shot in their cars. We're seeing videos of people getting pulled out of their cars and beaten. We're seeing people just getting jumped and assaulted. This woman tried to leave multiple times, and this lady would not let her leave because she thought that she was entitled to get an apology or whatever it may be, and be rude the whole time, and her badass little kid being rude. And the other article that they end up bringing up said that it was a white woman brandishing a gun on a black family. That woman had 3 daughters. There was not one man there. That's not what a family is. That's a single parent household. And the daughter had the same attitude as the mom. I'm sorry to tell you guys, but I don't think that the woman was in any wrong, and I don't think she'll be prosecuted because she tried leaving 3 times and the lady would not let her leave. And when you obstruct someone's movement and hold them against their will and not allow them to leave the scene or to leave an area, that's considered false imprisonment and kidnapping. That's what that is. That's a crime. Straight up. Not only is that a crime, but her hitting the car, that's also a crime. Her staying away of the car, that's another crime. So at what point does this become a thing where the lady finally, it was enough? Because I'm watching people on the internet and I'm reading their comments and they're talking about white racism and all this crap, and they're trying to justify how this black woman acted. And I don't agree with it. I don't think she acted in any way. Just because you feel that you deserve an apology doesn't mean you can make someone get an apology. You can't do that. Like, it's best just to let things go and walk away. If she bumped into her, it was probably an accident. And I'm assuming from the attitude that this woman had, her and her daughter were not pleasant. They were just rude. And that's proven by them cussing them out, saying racial slurs, threatening violence, and then following them to their car. But those are my thoughts, guys. You let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Do me a favor, like I said, like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell for the notification. I love you guys. Stay savage.